Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What the hell wrong with this thing? Let me go to my goddamn settings. I'm sick of this. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. I shouldn't be muted anymore. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What the hell is going on between the sheets in my home? Salute PJ's Big Dog in the building. What the hell is going on in my live on my phone? She said, baby, well, let me explain. YouTube is hating again. I'm about to have a fit. COINTELPRO boxing fans make me sick. So go upstairs, pack your bags. While you at it, call a cab. It's obvious you've been playing around. All right, my brother said they can hear me loud and clear. Salute PGH Big Dog in the building. Salute Del Real. St. Louis Mix in the building. The fam is in the building. It's crazy because as soon as I started talking about the family getting their mind right, going to go check out our sister, Dr. Cameron Fields, it seemed like the live started tripping. Salute my brother Patrice X is in the building. I'm talking about as soon as I said, y'all go check out the honorable sister, Dr. Cameron Fields, the beautiful Dr. Cameron Fields, the live started tripping. But we back. So as we were discussing, let me put on my glasses, make me look more studious. As we were discussing, family, yesterday we were talking about, and nobody was able to answer this. Salute Joseph Townsend. Yes, yesterday we were talking about how Tyson Fury is going to be allowed to, number one, because it shouldn't be on his terms. He gets to come back to the U.S. on U.S. soil with no objection from any of the powers that be in the sport of boxing, right? So I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they were like, man, coach, you should come out to San Antonio for Shockey Foster fighting Navarrete. He said, it might get a little violent out there because, unlike Atlanta, the crowd in San Antonio is going to be half and half, if you all understand what I'm saying, which, coach ain't scared of none of that. But I'm thinking about going. And while I was thinking about that, I'm like, damn, even more of this doesn't make sense. If I am from England, right? And one of the faces of boxing that represents my country, Tyson Fury, AJ, finally get a chance to fight. Why would Tyson Fury come to America? These are all great questions, right? And I want to try to mend the black boxing community together. Last weekend, me and Tank's number one fan had a conversation. Some of you know the brother. Go on YouTube, Mag7. Salute Aaron Butler in the building. Mag7. Y'all I'm wearing a little bling today, y'all. We out here looking like Egyptians, you know what I'm talking about? Or ancient Mayans, you know what I'm talking about? But I had a conversation with Liam came in and said, can I be a mod? Liam, we do not know you, Liam. So Liam, what you have to do to become a mod here is you got to put in work, because Liam, unfortunately, we have a lot of COINTELPRO agents in these content spaces. We have a lot of ghetto information program agents in these content spaces. So if you want to be a mod, first off, let me tell you about the channel. I've never seen you before. This channel was dedicated to the Black American boxing supporters and our allies, if we have any left. If you feel that that is somebody that describes you, you're going to have to be around for a while. All right. You're going to have to be around for about 6 months to a year before we make you a mod. But we appreciate you stopping by if you are here for good intention. Now, family, I had a conversation over the weekend with a man by the name of Mag 7. Mag 7, they call him in these YouTube streets Tank Davis's #1 fan. And Mag 7 and I, at first, the conversation started off a little heated. But by the time we got to the end of the conversation, Mag 7 and Coach Hudson, I know it sounds crazy. You wouldn't even thought that this would be in the same sentence, but Coach Hudson and Mag 7 came to an understanding for the betterment of the sport of boxing. Let me say that again, fam. I don't think people understand how big that is. Coach Hudson and Mag 7 had a heated conversation and came to a mutual understanding for the betterment of the sport of boxing. Now, some would say, ain't no way that happened. Coach is playing. Ain't no way that happened. Coach is making this up. One brother called in that evening and he said, Coach Hudson, he said, brother, I done heard Mag 7 on almost every platform you can think of to defend Tank Davis. And ain't nobody been able to make this man say, you know what? You right. And what you're saying is more important than my love for this individual fighter. And I sat back. I didn't even realize what had happened until my brother said it to me. I said, damn, that did just happen. That did just happen in real time. This ain't my word. This God word. I'm telling y'all, family, this ain't my work. This is God. This is God work. This is the truth. When you stand up on truth and you make it clear where we're headed, you make it clear that this is the mission. This is where we're trying to go. People can take a step back and say, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Now, I got two brothers in these YouTube spaces that talk about politics. One is named Freedom March, and one is named Trill Will. And these two brothers, before we got to this point that we're at in this country right now, this is what they said. Joseph Townsend said he must. Well, no, Joseph Townsend, he came in heated. He came in hot. The clip of Coach Hudson and Mag 7's conversation is on my videos. It's on my videos. But my two brothers, Freedom March and Trill Will, this is what they said. In the beginning of the administration that we're under right now, this is prophecy. This is what they said. They said, some of you are silent right now and okay with what's going on because you can't fathom the problems hitting you. They talk a lot about YT supremacy. And this is what they said. They said, some of you YT supremacists, you believe that everything is okay. Everything is okay because your YT privilege is going to protect you. But now, as we speak, we're seeing city halls full of YT people who are against the data centers being set up, destroying their clean water in their communities. And what they're realizing is that what we've been saying from the beginning, the YT billionaires who are racist, they don't like you either. You might say, Coach, what does that have to do with boxing? I'll tell you what it has to do with boxing. The same way, follow me now, family, because I don't want this to go over your head. Follow me. The same people in government that don't give a damn about y'all, while you all are bickering, while you all are calling in, still defending Ryan Garcia, which happened just yesterday. I was watching the brother Art Man the Great. Oh, that brother was talking that truth. And a brother called in and said, "Man, I just like Ryan. I don't believe that he cheated. This is a black man talking." So I'm going to tell you what you brothers are doing. You all have opened up the gateway of hell for the disrespect that's going to come to the black boxing community. I'm going to tell you why. Now, there's some places it's not going to work. Detroit ain't going to have it. Atlanta ain't going to have it. That's been proven. But you all have made it hard for our brothers that have to go to the West Coast and fight, that have to go to Las Vegas and fight, that have to go to New York and fight. And I'm going to tell you why. Every fighter that has been part of a major controversy, cheating against a top black fighter, man or woman, all of them, every single one of them are still boxing right now. And most of them, if any, got a slap on the wrist. You might say, but coach, I don't understand. My brother Patrice X says, yep, denial as a coping mechanism to avoid having to take action. Well, listen, fam, this is what I'm trying to tell you all. Some of our white Americans in America, our white Americans in America, they are in an uproar in all of these city council halls, city halls, saying no to the AI data centers. No to the data centers. It's going to destroy our water supply. What are you all doing? You all work for us. Well, what you all are finding out is the same thing many found out when the Confederacy and the Union went against each other, that these group of people, they don't want nobody to win but themselves, and they will sell you out to the highest bidder. That is what a turncoat is. That is what a treasonous piece of shit is. See, what we don't understand is we're dealing with the same spirits over and over again. Energy never dies. Listen to me. Energy never dies. So the same energy that Colin Powell dealt with when he was in the White House is the same energy that President Obama had to deal with in the White House. It's the same energy that Justice Thomas had to deal with when he came in, even though he turned into what he became, and Justice Marshall had to deal with. It's the same spirit over and over again. We're dealing with the same hatred and the same cowardice that our ancestors had to deal with. There is a book called The Miseducation of the Negro. Oh, family, press that like button. Press that like button. This don't cost you nothing. Press the like button. There is a book called I got so much in my head right now. I know I'm not going to get it all out in time. There is a book called The Miseducation of the Negro. And if you all read this book, you'll look and you'll look up and say, our people have been dealing with the same type of people all the way back then. In the book, you'll see the Officer T's of the world. They're not new. The Stephen A. Smiths of the world. They're not new. All of the Jason Whitlocks of the world. They're not new. All of the Shokuns, they're not new. They had them back then. But also, when you read the book, they talk about all of the black millionaires who were able to make something out of nothing, even during the Depression. There was a sister, because a lot of you all know about Sister Madam C.J. Walker, right? First black millionaire. Now, based off of what we have been taught, And what a lot of these celebrities think, and a lot of these athletes think, they believe that they have to sign up with the plantation, and that's the only way they're going to make money and have protection. Madam C.J. Walker served her own people during a depression and still became a millionaire. She was a neighbor to one of the Rockefellers. That goes against everything that they're teaching you all today. If you just be a good boy, if you just rub shoulders with us, if you quiet those Negroes down when they boycott, if you quiet those Negroes down when they get up in an uproar, when the NBA says, you know what, we're gonna lock it out until we get justice for all of these people, they go get LeBron James. When Colin Kaepernick says we're gonna lock this thing out until we have a discussion, they go get Ray Lewis. They go get Jay-Z. Now, some of y'all not gonna like what I'm saying because you have a idol complex of worship for some of these people who wouldn't throw water on you if you were on fire. I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. Salute Jared Green in this building. So when you read that book, The Miseducation of the Negro, you find out that the energy 100 years ago is the same energy of today. But you all have been bamboozled. You all have been hoodwinked to believe the illusion of inclusion. And it ain't just the black folks that has been fooled with the illusion of inclusion. Some of the racists who attack, who lynch our people, they think that them doing those actions puts them closer to the real power in their eyes. They too suffer from the illusion of inclusion. But you all have not learned that history shows that they don't give a damn about you either. Some of you YT adjacent Latinos, you believe that because, of course, discriminating against us is just as American as cherry pie. You see, some of you would like to say, no, it's not that way. We're not talking about the good ones. The book is called The Miseducation of the Negro. It's called The Miseducation of the Negro. Now, let me tell you all something real quick before we get into it, because I see where this is about to go. Any person that I've known outside of my race that has been an ally, they have never had to say it. Let me say that again. Let me say that again. Because the grease is hot. The grease is hot. Anyone outside of my culture, outside of my race, has never had to say, but I'm your ally. Their actions showed it. James Baldwin once said to my young people, make sure you look up James Baldwin in some of his interviews. James Baldwin said something like this. Don't quote me word for word, but it was something like this. He said, it's hard for me to believe what you say. It's hard for me to believe what you say because I see what you do. Let me say it again. It's hard for me to believe what you say when I see with my eyes what you do. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wish my brother Trill Will was here. I wish my brother Freedom Marsh was here. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I was 18 years old, I went to the U.S. Army Airborne Infantry School. This school is the school that anyone has to go to if you want to be special forces, if you want to be a ranger, okay? If you want to be a scout, if you want to be a Green Beret, you have to go to the U.S. Army Airborne Infantry School. And there's only two places you can go. It's either Fort Bragg or Fort Benning, Georgia. All right? To make a long story short, there was a lot of racial tension at this school. I know they would like for you all to believe that we just all get along in the military and it's just, it's just peaches and cream, but that would be a lie. I'm going to tell you all the truth. The truth is, the day of graduation, two white T men tried to jump me. They were not successful. So because they were not successful, they went and got some higher ranking people who had the same ideology as them to try and come and subdue me. My roommate was a YT man from Dalton, Georgia, who later became my good friend when I was in the military. His name was Jimmy. And Jimmy told them that if it's a fair one, it's a fair one. But if it ain't fair, it's going to be a problem. Then some of my brothers from different parts of the floor heard what was going on and came down. Jimmy ain't ever had to run around and say, I'm an ally. His actions showed me that when truth presents itself, he'll stand up on it, even if his own people, the worst of them, wish harm against him. Do you all understand what I'm saying to you? Do you all understand that? Now, if you don't understand that, follow me. The same way some of you have this illusion of inclusion, and I see you two messing with my views. That's all right. Some of you have this illusion of inclusion that if I hate on this person, I get closer to this power. Now, some of you all like James Prince. Well, James Prince has a book. Salute the beautiful Dr. Cameron Fields. I got to be careful what I say about the beautiful doctor, because the last time I said something about the beautiful doctor, the damn live went out. But you all make sure you check our sister out at 12 p.m. to get some healing up here. But in James Prince's book, Art of Respect, he has a chapter called Leaders, Followers, and Leadership. And in one of those parables, he talks about the sheep and the shepherd. And he talks about how people are a lot like sheep. Because people, at a young age, we all want to be liked and accepted. And there is strength in numbers. And what leaders find out at a young age is how to stand out on their own and find the vulnerabilities of the other sheep or people. You all understand what I'm saying to you? A lot of these content creators, and now it's becoming the boxers, they want to be accepted by what they seem as safe. It almost seems that they want to find protection in this illusion of inclusion. I hope I'm not speaking too fast, and I hope I'm not speaking too big. What I'm telling you all, family, is there is an illusion of inclusion for all of us. And it's all about the people at the top having power over everyone else by this false sense of illusion. This is why the token on the job in corporate America goes out of his way to show them, I am here to benefit you. One of the most powerful but cowardly things that Stephen A. Smith ever said was this, that's always going to keep him employed. He said, please press that like button, y'all. 100 people done came through. We got 16 likes. That's disgusting work. He said, every day I wake up to figure out how to make my bosses more money. Now, some of you might feel that that's okay what he said, because isn't that what we're all trying to do when we work for somebody? Well, it depends on how you're trying to do it. When Stephen A. Smith is a paid talking head, all right, he is one of the best in how he uses his words, right? I'm going to tell y'all what Stephen A. Smith is. You know our sister Sugar Free Mars? You know how our sister Sugar Free Mars, in her excellent, extensive inventory of vocabulary, stands on truth and breaks things down using these words as if she was wrapped and coded in the dictionary encyclopedia itself, knowing all of the different synonyms and antonyms and knowing how to break down these words and these things going on in the sport of boxing, where you see it in your mind and say, damn, this woman is cooking in a way I've never heard before. Yeah, yeah. So Stephen A. Smith is the opposite of that. Stephen A. Smith does the same thing. See, we got good and evil. We have this struggle. The truth got a hold of me, and I got the hold of the truth. Well, a liar and a hypocrite got the hold of Stephen A., and Stephen A. got the hold of it. So some say, why Stephen A. Smith on Fox News crying about the NAACP giving him the thumbs down award? Because you will, what's the sister's name they fired? I believe her name is Joyce Reed. Miss Reed. I know her last name is Reed. Stephen A. Smith, the way he critiques her, the way he critiques a Kyrie Irving at first, the way he critiqued a Colin Kaepernick at first, isn't the same energy he has when what's the guy's name that got caught money laundering down south? The white T man from the NFL. He didn't have the same energy for him. He never has the same vitriol. Thank you, Joy Reid, not Joyce Reid, Joy Reid. He didn't have the same energy. This is the same. Thank you, old Brett. Yeah. When Brett got in trouble, it was all, well, let's see how things play out. This is unfortunate how this happened. But when somebody else gets in trouble, it's not the same thing. Hold on, family. Let me let my people know we not gonna be open early. They're gonna come in once I get done with this live. Hey man, give me 20 minutes, okay? Give me 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes, family. I got 20 minutes. I gotta finish this cooking. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this today. We're gonna finish this. Old Brett Favre, right? Oh, thank you, Will Sinclair. Dana White is my good friend. Even though it is on film what he did, going upside the head of his wife. Hey, man, listen, that's my friend. I'm not going to speak on it like that. You see, the difference in how you all critique people, you are a danger. You don't have the same energy. The Rowley says he didn't have same energy for Aaron Rodgers when he lied about getting the vaccine. Do you all understand what I'm saying now? So when Loma has a fight that he loses to Devin the Dream Haney, Max Kellerman has all of these. Yeah, you know, it was close, but you could arguably ... But when the young Abdullah Mason changes up and switches up his game, you call Abdullah lazy. Not only that, when Wilder goes over to England and Wilder has it out with a reporter And the reporter talks to him like Wilder's beneath him. You all painted all over the news how problematic Wilder is, how Wilder believes this conspiracy, right? Right? Okay. But Clarissa Shields, after putting on an amazing event in Detroit, you all mistakenly say she had marijuana in her system. The next day comes out with an ad saying this type of action is some of the most dangerous crap we could have in the sport of boxing, and you don't even give her a proper apology with the same vitriol you had when you thought she was guilty. At the same time, y'all are talking about bringing Tyson Fury back to American soil to fight in Madison Square Garden. Think about that, family. Wrench is in the chat. Nata Spin 3015. Please escort him out the pews. Please escort him out the pews. And do not, I want him going for about a week. So I know I got at least 7 wrenches in here. Please send him outside to the parking lot. Nata Spin, I want you to stay out there in the parking lot. You're going to help Elder Johnson with the parking because you're clearly not mature enough to be in the sanctuary. You clearly are mature enough to be in the sanctuary. So this is what I'm telling y'all, family, and this is the hard truth. Salute, Corner Girl in the building. This is what I want to say, and I'm going to make it plain. Some people are not going to like this. It is what it is. What we have found out in ATL, where I ran into Bud Crawford, in ATL, where I ran into Floyd Mayweather, in ATL, where they came out and they booed the playing of the national anthem because it had already been played. And we wanted to let Lift Every Voice be the last thing we heard before Clarissa fought. So what I understand is this narrative that you have that black fights don't sell or black fighters don't sell or the black people won't come out and buy tickets, that's a damn lie. You all are using that to hold on to the business leverage that you have on our fighters. And Keyshawn, when you go out of your way to keep this from happening, this should have been you in Atlanta in October against Devin Haney. Man, brother, we would have came out and supported you, and even if you lost your next fight, you could have did it in Atlanta again. And we would have came out and sold out the State Farm Arena, 16,000 for you, brother. But you same brothers, some of you all act like you say, well, coach, how does the miseducation of the Negro, how does all of these things, how does the COINTELPRO program, how do these agents that you talk about all tie into the sport of boxing? Because the energy that I told you all in the beginning of this live that never dies is the energy that we're dealing with right now. I tell no lies. This is the energy. It's the same energy we're dealing with right now. You believe this illusion of inclusion. Shakur, you believe that if you beef with Devin, if you beef with O'Shaquie Foster, if you beef with these brothers, but you are kind and graceful with the Latino fighters, that you will have a seat at the table of power. But what you find out is when you came to the ATL, you and Keyshawn looking around like this, you're like, oh, wait a second. The brothers and sisters run this city. Wait a second. We don't have to bend and scratch where we don't itch and kiss the ass of those who hate you. This is what they're saying to you. See, the energy is in the wrong place. The same way Mag 7 and Coach Hudson, listen to how crazy that sounds. Mag 7 and Coach Hudson reach an agreement on a Heated boxing discussion. If Mag 7 and Coach Hudson can do that, don't tell me that we can't do that in these boxing spaces, because they're playing in y'all faces. And they're using people like Shakur. They're using people like Keyshawn. They're using people who are causing this division. Don't you brothers understand? Don't you brothers understand that between Detroit, the DMV, Philly, and Atlanta, y'all don't need nobody else? Let me say that again. Let me tell y'all a situation that happened. Let me tell y'all a situation that happened in the State Farm Arena that they didn't show on the broadcast. So I'm sitting there, and this was after the Tashiki and Big Lex fight. Down there where Adrian Bronner was sitting, something popped off. APD rushes in. All right, this stopped the show. This is why the show took so long. This stopped the show for about 30 minutes. Do you all know what they did to bring the energy back to neutral? Do y'all know what they did that they didn't show on the broadcast? They started playing gospel music. Now, you all can sit up here and act like we not a spiritual people. The energy after the Tasaki Bitlex fight all over the arena was getting a little too, it was getting too up there. They started playing gospel music, and we all calmed the hell down. Not only we calmed down, everybody started dapping each other up, and we was cool. See, that's what happens when you know your atmosphere. You understand? So right now, some of you who hate Clarissa so much, you praised Shadeja Green, right? Hold on, fam. We're gonna step out so my people could come in and start getting ready. We're gonna step out. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. Now, I want y'all to think about something. All of these people, now y'all think about this. Ask yourself this question. Who's the last person you heard talk about Shadeja Green who had a brain bleed? What up, Mike? You been practicing? Yes. All right, we're going to see. Shadeja Green got beat into a coma. Y'all remember that? Where are all the people who are advocates for women's boxing who said Clarissa must have had her gloves loaded, but you all didn't ask for an investigation on Lonnie Daniels when Shadeja Green was put into a coma with a 9mm brain bleed? She almost died. Do you all understand that? Meg, what's going on? Good, good. Do you all understand that? I'm going to step outside for a second. Do you understand that that is what took place? Died. But they're not talking about Shadeja Green anymore. The illusion of inclusion is if I hate on Clarissa, if I hate on Shakur, if I hate on Keyshawn, if I hate on any of these individuals, maybe it will put me a little closer to the real power in the sport of boxing. But I want to go back to that parallel I taught you all about. James Prince said in his book. He said that when a shepherd is leading a sheep, right? A flock of sheep in the fact that and the power of leading or following you, putting all faith in your decision. You understand? So in a Wilder, it can happen to the next great heavyweight champion on American soil. And the sooner that we understand that, the better. So now we have O'Shaquie Foster fighting in San Antonio, Texas. Y'all press the like button, y'all. We got 30 people in the live, right? We have to get back to work. We have Oshaki Foster fighting Navarrete. I hope I'm saying his name right. Navarrete, right? I believe in October. It's either October, yeah, in the end of October, I believe. I'm going to try to make that fight, but you all have to think about what's going on. Same athletic commission responsible for checking gloves in Shadasia Green fight. Same one's going to be checking gloves for Fury versus Joshua. No wonder Fury wants to go to NY, because in England, they know his tricks. And Eddie Hearn has put in the contract that his gloves need to be checked. And the only way we know for sure this can happen, Eddie Hearn feels like it has to be in England. So while you all are bickering, while you all are being hateful, just remember this. If Coach Hudson and Mag 7 can have a conversation and come to an agreement for the betterment of the sport of boxing, the whole black boxing community, for the support of our tribe and what we have going on for American boxing, you all should be able to do the same. This unity that you have amongst each other is unacceptable at this point in time. If a foreigner can come over here and cheat against our fighters and then be allowed back over, whether it's loaded gloves, whether he got cocaine in the system, whether he has performance enhancement drugs in his system, if they are allowed back to fight here, we need to hold the commission responsible. Our fighters are being paralyzed. They're getting put in comas. You all were just saying, rest in peace, Pritchard Colin last week, but then a brother was defending Ryan Garcia this week, who is a habitual line-stepping drug cheat. So you all think about that the next time, because your words matter. Your words matter, family. So, family, I got to go train. I got to get in here and get the gym ready. But I thank you all for coming through for me. Peace to the family. Peace to my comrades. And it is. And I will talk to you today. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. Fired up. I'm good. Fired up.